Luke 2, 8 through 12. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger."
So Mary, that sounds like part of the Christmas story.
It is.
We're getting close, aren't we?
We are.
This is the time of year when they call it Advent, the time before Christmas. But what is Advent?
Well, Advent is the time of the year when we prepare our homes and especially our hearts for the coming of Jesus.
So the shepherds didn't have a whole lot of warning, did they? I have a friend who's a shepherd, and whenever something surprising happens, he doesn't have any warning ahead of time. He actually has 200 goats in this case. Every late winter, early spring, they have about 100 kids. Those are baby goats. Craig's job is a hard job because of the animals. He's around a lot of people. Sometimes things happen. Fence comes down, fireworks, things like that. It's not a glamorous job. He has a big old hat that he wears. He's kind of smelly and dirty a lot, but he cleans up nicely. But shepherds back in that time were not really educated. They were kind of smelly and dirty too. And they weren't really respected or appreciated. But that doesn't mean that their job was easy or unimportant. Shepherds had a big responsibility to watch, guide, and protect their flock, just like Craig does. They guarded their large flocks of sheep, keeping them safe from predators. If one sheep wandered away, even one, even in the middle of the night, in the middle of a lightning and thunderstorm, pouring rain, it doesn't matter. The shepherd had to notice and go get him and bring him back to safety. Every sheep was important to the shepherd. Shepherds needed to be patient, humble, and hardworking. And that's Craig all right. And they needed to always be paying attention to whatever was going on around them.
In several places in the Bible, God uses the role of the shepherd to teach us about himself. In Psalm 23, the Lord tells us that he is our shepherd. He takes care of us. He makes sure that we have what we need, and he patiently rescues us when we wander off. We know from our recent I Am lessons that Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd," and the good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep.
Everything in God's story is done for a reason, and that includes God's choice of the shepherds to be the first ones to hear the good news of Jesus' birth. God knew that the shepherds would be paying attention. They wouldn't be too busy to hear the news. They wouldn't be too proud to share it. They're in the middle of nowhere with just the stars, and then the star.
So that night, as the shepherds watched their flocks, the angels told them that God had sent someone who would also care for a flock, someone who would lay down his life for his sheep, and that someone is Jesus.
This Christmas season, take time to be still, to listen, and to pay attention as the shepherds did.
Then, just like the shepherds, go and tell everyone you know that Jesus Christ is born.
So Advent is a time of preparation. So you need to make some crafts. The shepherds were the first ones to hear the good news. In your bags that we sent home, you'll have these supplies. Follow the instructions, and pretty soon you'll have a couple shepherds and some very cute sheep and an angel.
Have a great week, kids. Peace be with you.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.